Should you let your dogs naturally breed, or should you try something different? Artificial insemination, so on and so forth. We're going to talk about what's better, and we're going to talk about dogs and sexually transmitted diseases. A lot of people don't know about this kind of stuff. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this episode of Breeders Hacks. All right, guys.
I got you right now. What's going on, Bully fam?
What's going on, Bully fam? It's your boy, the educator, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls. We're answering questions from the comments. This question was about like if natural tie, right? Natural breedings where you let the dogs get together and they do their groove thing, or if you should do like artificial insemination where you're collecting the stud dog separately from the female and you're depositing the semen into the female through like a catheter or something like that, right? Which is better? What are the pros? What are the cons? Things like that. So we're going to kind of cover that today and answer that question from one of our viewers, right? So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna share a story with you guys. It's kind of crazy. So there was this dog. I remember when I first got into the breed that I'm in, hearing about this story. It's a dog named Donkey, right? This dog named Donkey was a very, very, very popular stud, right? Very popular male. A lot of people were breeding to this dog. The guy probably made a ton of money breeding this dog. He would let people bring their females and naturally breed. Well, the problem was the dog winded up catching a sexually transmitted disease, an STD, from one of the females. And the sexually transmitted disease that dogs can get, some of them, it's not a simple trip to the vet and it's just gone. This dog actually became sterile, where he couldn't have puppies anymore. And that's what can happen with some of these diseases. Some of these diseases can cause like puppies to be born dead and all kinds of stuff like that. There are some tests that you can do to test your female before doing your breedings. But what a lot of breeders just started doing is saying, hey, you know what? It's not even worth doing the risk of naturally breeding, because like I said, that dog became sterile and that guy had no more breedings after that. You know, not only that, but maybe that dog could have also passed on. Now that someone brought their dirty female and he allowed them to breed, that male could also be passing it on to other females. But obviously people caught on that their dogs weren't getting pregnant and so on and so forth. That's when the breed that I'm in took a big turn and no one was doing natural breedings anymore. Everyone was doing, at the minimum, artificial inseminations, or some were doing transcervical inseminations where you go in with a camera and deposit the semen even closer. Or some people were just doing surgical inseminations where the dogs get kind of put to sleep and they cut the dog open and deposit the semen into the uterine horns. You know, so there's different methods, but pretty much in my breed, once that took place and people started to realize like there are sexually transmitted diseases for dogs like that, nobody even wanted to take a chance anymore, and everybody just started doing artificial insemination and not doing natural ties. Because just because my dog is clean, healthy, and is free of any diseases doesn't mean that your female is. And I don't know the history of your female. Some stud owners, I mean, even including myself, I don't really even let people who bring their females here to breed. I don't even really let my males be licking their genitals and all kinds of stuff like that, because I don't know their females. And like one of the diseases, if you guys want to look it up, is called brucellosis. And like I said, these sexually transmitted diseases can not only make the male dog sterile, where they can't have puppies, but also the females, and can actually also kill puppies like when they're born, like come out born dead. In my opinion, to just kind of overall answer the question, I know I took you guys on this whole story, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys some understanding as to why my breed we don't and why I don't, is because of the fact that artificial insemination is just a lot more safer, in my opinion, than doing natural breedings, because you're not even thinking about the whole risk that's involved, right? So these dogs, his penis swells up in the female and they get locked together. Now the problem is, what if the female is aggressive and she decides to bite my stud? They're stuck together. She could actually, and there's stories of this as well, the female getting aggressive and actually attacking the stud, the female taking off and actually damaging the stud's penis. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong. And with a simple artificial insemination, where you collect the stud dog separately and you deposit the semen into the female separately, it minimizes just a lot of risk. And especially as a breeder, in my opinion, I don't know if it's necessarily worth the risk just to give somebody a natural breeding where we can do an artificial insemination and achieve the same results. That's pretty much my opinion. I think artificial insemination, at the very least, or any of the other inseminations, are better than doing natural tie now with the technological advances that we have in dog breeding. Some breeds still do natural ties perfectly fine, and I'm not one here to judge. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that's just what we do here, and that's what I've learned, and that's what we've always been doing and has worked for us. Drop a comment down below and let us know what you guys think. The last time I did a video talking about something like this, a lot of breeders even knew the dog donkey that I was talking about. Anyway, guys, hope this information is helpful. Hope it's useful. Also, drop a comment down below. Give us some more questions that we can answer so we have more videos that we can do. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Breeders Hacks. All right, guys?